Hello, welcome to Joey Popfix. This is Wait, Your Brother Is Who? Written by _RK, chapters 5 through 8. Chapter 5. Time for jokes? Summary. Izuku uses bird jokes and tries to clue in his classmates. Izuku was getting close to giving up on this class. He'd done almost everything he could think of to let the class guess who his brother was. In his eyes, it wasn't much of a guess. Izuku got a brilliant idea, both annoy the class and maybe push them in the right direction. He was going to start using bird jokes all day. Surely the entire class would wonder why he did it, but hopefully they would finally connect the dots. Hey Ochako, what kind of bird doesn't need a comb? Izuku didn't even find any of these jokes funny, but it was better than nothing. He did almost laugh at the look of utter bewilderment that crossed her face. I don't know. A bald eagle. Okay, that was pretty bad. But come on, one of them had to work on the class. Yo-Yorozu, hey, what birds spend all their time on their knees? Why are you asking me questions about birds? Or jokes about birds? Just answer it. I don't know. Birds of prey. Now that should lead somewhere. Hawks were birds of prey after all. Knowing oblivious incarnate, otherwise named as Class 1A, they wouldn't understand it. He was right. Does anyone know why Takami-kun has been doing bird jokes all day so far? Yo-Yorozu asked confusedly to the rest of the class. She was one of the smartest students in Class 1A, and even she hadn't figured it out. He's a bird, so wouldn't it make sense if he was going to make jokes that he would choose something he knows a lot about? Sue interrupted as Izuku just watched the class unfold. He's here, why don't you just ask him? I'm more interested in knowing how he knows so many bird jokes. Izuku was getting to the end of his rope. He couldn't handle much more of this utter stupidity. I enjoy some bird jokes as a guy with bird traits, like wings. As for learning them, my brother taught me too many of them when I was younger. Izuku could see Todoroki studying him. He was sure the boy was forming the hawk secret love child theory in his mind. Actually, he did have a hawk joke he could use. Hey, what do you call a hawk that loves to tell jokes? Izuku found the reaction of the grunted, I don't know, from the class was actually funnier than the joke itself. But it was more about trying to get them to connect him to hawks. A talented comedian. At the deadpan stare he received from everyone, he quit. What was the point? There was a parent-teacher conference coming up for the class, and Keigo had said he was coming, so he was just going to wait until he shut up. They had to figure it out when the hero with wings came to the parent-teacher conference for the class with the winged student. Chapter 6. Secret Love Child? Summary. Shota proceeds to ask Izuku about being Hawks' secret love child. Another plan is put into motion. Izuku had expected this to happen. He just didn't think Todoroki would drag him to a desolate corridor of the school to ask. Maybe he wouldn't want anyone hearing his theories. Probably for the best after Bakugo blew up at him for asking if parents have a Pomeranian Quirk. So there they were, standing in the corridor with no one else nearby but Todoroki. But Todoroki still hadn't said anything, just stared. Why are we here, Todoroki-kun? Izuku staring right back into those beautiful mismatched eyes. He knew exactly why they were there. He just wanted Todoroki to say it. I've noticed some things about you. You're an interesting character, Izuku Takami. close to the number 3 hero Hawks in your own words. You have wings and you keep giving small hints about him. Are you Hawks' secret love child? Todoroki looked so serious about his theory while he was going through his points. Izuku knew it was coming. He really did. He couldn't stop the laughter that came out from the questioner anyway. He was in a laughing fit. Well, it's well thought out, Todoroki-kun, but I'm not his love child. Izuku was still chuckling in between words and drying his eyes on the sleeves. It makes sense, though. All the facts point to you being related to Hawks. Todoroki-kun, Hawks is not my dad. I've never met my parents. I've been with the commission since I was a baby for as far as I know. Oh, I'm sorry. Todoroki did look like a cute puppy after he mentioned never meeting her parents. There's nothing to apologize for, Todoroki-kun. How do you feel about causing a little bit of chaos? I'll tell you while I am related to Hawks, he isn't my dad. A grin etched itself onto Todoroki's face, and in that moment, Izuku knew that he had a partner in his quest. The two teens made a plan together. Shoto would go around spreading his Hawk's secret love child theory amongst their classmates. Izuku would deny it, only for Hawks to turn up at the parent-teacher conference. Shoto didn't know that Keigo was his older brother, but he knew that he had never met his parents, and that he was related to the hero. So it made sense for Keigo to be the one to attend. Ida, I'm pretty sure Izuku is the son of Hawks. Hawks has never mentioned having a son, so I reckon it's a secret love child scenario. Shoto was good at the deadpan voice to make it sound like he was serious about what he was saying. No one would doubt he was serious about his theories anyway. Todoroki-kun, that is highly inappropriate. We should be leaving our friends and classmates' personal lives to themselves if they wish to do so. Ida was reprimanding Shoto. It makes sense, doesn't it? Well, yes, that is besides the point. What if I told you already, Todoroki-kun? Hawks isn't my dad. All was going pretty well with the plan until Shoto got to one boy, the blonde hair and black lightning bolt standing out in the crowd. Kaminari, I think I have another theory you should hear. Izuku forgot that Denki joined Shoto in his theory sometimes. What is it, dude? Tell me! Who have we got a theory on this time? Izuku could sense the pure excitement in the blonde boy's voice. I think Tamaki is the secret love child of Hawks. Oh crap. Izuku saw the moment Kaminari realized what Shoto was trying to say. Oh my god. You're right! Time to step in. For the last time, Todoroki-kun, I'm not the son of Hawks. He isn't my dad. The parent-teacher conference was going to be fun when Keigo walked in. Very fun indeed. Chapter 7. Keigo causes chaos. Summary. Keigo enters UA. While he's there, he steals someone. He has a serious conversation and ends up being a surprise revelation. If Keigo was to describe his mood in one way, right now, it would be excited. He hadn't got to see his little brother in what felt like months, so he absolutely took whatever opportunity he could to spend some time with him. This parent-teacher conference seemed perfect for that. Maybe he could go flying with Izuku. They hadn't done that together in a while. The commission was publishing him more and more to focus on his hero work and less on his brother. Keigo wasn't one to tempt fate by pissing off the commission, but he would refuse to follow that order 100%. He did follow it to an extent, but he would never ignore Izuku for the length of time the commission demanded of him. They did see each other every so often in passing, going down the corridors of the HPSC building. It made Keigo furious to think that this was the same plan they wanted Izuku to adhere to eventually. That was his other, secondary objective while visiting UA. Today? That was his other, secondary objective while visiting UA today. Get Nezu and anyone who would help to free them of the Commission's hold. They were brothers with bird mutations like wings. They were supposed to be out feeling the air through their feathers instead of being caged on the ground. They weren't penguins. They weren't flightless. They were supposed to be free. They would be free birds eventually. Keigo arrived at UA shortly after. It had taken him roughly 30 minutes to fly here. He wasn't holding anything back in order to see Izuku. He had arrived earlier than what was strictly necessary. But he really needed to have the Commission conversation first, and without Izuku. All he had to do was interrupt Class 1A and steal the teacher. Keigo got to the giant door and whistled. That was one big door. He knocked on the door, waiting for Eraser to open it, or to ask him to enter. When neither happened, he opened it anyway. In we go. Hey, fledglings. I just need to borrow your teacher really fast. Be back soon. That was perhaps the worst attempt at an intro to quick escape routine Keigo had ever attempted to pull off, but it was worth a try. Hawks! Why is Hawks here? Oh, great. Keigo decided his best course of action after that was to just kick the sleeping man and suffer the consequences later. What is it? Glaring red eyes opened up to glare at him. I need to speak to you in Nezu's office. It's urgent. It's to do with Izuku and myself. Keigo had to whisper it. He didn't want anyone to overhear. He knew Izuku had the potential to hear what he was saying, but glancing at his brother, the boy was surrounded by his classmates. Perfect. Red eyes softened into black. They looked concerned. I'll meet you there. Keigo's wings lifted him off the ground to start flying as fast as possible towards the principal's office, ignoring the shouts of, "No using quirks in the halls!" He was a pro hero. What did someone mean shouting at him to not use his quirk? Bro, Izuku, you said you know Hawks? Why is he here? You'll find out later if you could be patient. Izuku was exasperated. Keigo showing up early and entering the class wasn't on his bingo card, but it happened. I imagine he's got some urgent business with Aizawa-sensei and UA if he's here. Izuku was right about that, but he also knew the other reason Keigo was there. So, Hawks, you need us to help you and Takami-kun out of the grasp of the Commission? Nezu asked while sipping a cup of tea. Yes, sir. We're birds. We're not supposed to be locked up in that building as soon as we finish our missions or school. It goes against our nature. Keigo was almost to the stage of begging. He relied on the principal, believing him and helping them. Just call him Izuku. He's your younger brother. If Nezu doesn't agree right now, I'll help you anyway. The way I see it, both of you are victims, deprived and deceived of the body that should be looking over all of us with helpful eyes, Aizawa declared. He wasn't going to leave his student to suffer. He also knew leaving the pro in the Commission's grasp would cause more suffering than leaving Izuku with him. The choice was easy. Help both. Don't worry, Shota. I'll help. I have an offer for Keigo here. We'll help free you both, and I want you to become a teacher here at UA. Keigo was stunned at that admission. He certainly wasn't about to turn it down. Yes, of course I will. He got more opportunity to see Izuku on top of getting away from the Commission. Win-win. Time for the conference. Izuku could see all the parents showing up. Kirishima's mom having shark-like teeth like her son. Bakugo's mom looking like an older female clone of the boy, etc. But Keigo hadn't reappeared yet, and he was getting angsty. That was until he spotted the red giant wings of his brother peeking over some of the room's smaller occupants. Izuku didn't care about the reactions some people might have to his actions. He crashed into Keigo, wrapping his brother in a tight hug, wings fluttering happily behind him. Izuku, Kura introduced him to everyone and why he's at this conference. That had come from Aizawa-sensei. The deadpan expression set firmly on his face, but Izuku could see the glee dancing in the obsidian depths of the chaos he was about to unleash. Well, everyone, this is Pro Hero Hawks. He knows you're all big fans, so he stopped by to say hello to you all. Problem child, properly. Fine. Aizawa wanted him to tell them he would. Alright, this is Hawks, otherwise known as Keigo Takami, my older brother. Izuku waved his hands in lame jazz hands, a small, sarcastic surprise gesture. Wait, your brother is who? Chapter 8. Once caged, now free. Summary. The reactions of some of the class to the revelation, Nezu scares the commission. Why didn't you tell us Hawks is your brother? So unmanly. I can relate, having an older pro hero brother as myself. Izuku was getting bombarded with questions. To be fair, he had expected it. It wasn't like he didn't try. They just didn't take any of his attempts to point it out. He felt like popping out of nowhere and screaming, "Hawks is my older brother!" would attract more attention than it was worth. So he kept it a secret. He chose not to let anyone know, although he expected some of his classmates to pick up on it. Spoiler, they didn't. Hey everyone, this fledgling is in fact my little brother. I've heard all about each and every one of you. Pleasure to meet you. That sent the class into even larger fits of uproar. They clearly weren't happy they hadn't figured it out. Are all of you extras fucking stupid? The bird brain has wings. That's not very nice, Blasty. We're not all stupid. Hugging, really? He has green wings. The only thing that separates him from bigger bird brain is the color. During the ensuing argument, Keigo leaned over to whisper to Izuku. Why do you have a Pomeranian in your class? I didn't think dogs would be allowed in school. Izuku had to cover himself with his wings to stop the rising laughter from escaping. He loved Keigo's unserious nature. I think it's already time for me to get out of here. I've had enough of arguing with kids for one day. You coming with me, Izuku? We can take it slow, fight with each other like we used to. I'd love to, Kei. Screw the parent-teacher conference. Across town, in the HPSC building, Nezu was speaking with some representatives. Keigo and Izuku desired the freedom the commission wouldn't give. Nezu would deliver it for them. We are here to discuss two of your charges, Keigo and Izuku Takami. We would like the discontinuation of their services with the HPSC and with the immediate effect. You see, there are quite a few people in my school who have grown close to the younger Takami. We'd like Keigo on our teaching staff. If you don't comply with my request, then I will destroy the commission and your career with it. Nezu smiled politely once he was finished. We don't want to release the brothers to you. However, we could come to a compromise. The woman in front of Nezu spoke. We'll let Keigo join your teaching staff. We'll let him go, but the younger Takami stays. You're causing us to lose a valuable asset. His younger brother will replace him. I think you misunderstood my intentions in coming here. I'm not here to negotiate. I quite frankly do not care to negotiate with such low scum as yourselves. I came here as courtesy. We will be taking both Izuku and Keigo from your firmly stuck claws. Those claws will sink no further. After today, those brothers will be free, and you cannot and will not have any say otherwise. Have I made myself quite clear? Is that a threat, Nezu? It's no threat. It's a promise. Fine. Have it your way. We'll release both Keigo and Izuku. Watch your back, Mizu. Angering the commission isn't a smart idea. I think it is. I think it is you that needs to watch your back. You won't be in a job much longer. Just because I asked you to release the brothers and said I would burn the commission if you didn't comply, you've left out one crucial detail in what I said to you. Or what I didn't say to you in this case. I never said just because you did what I asked, that I wouldn't burn it anyway. Mizu cackled evilly as he walked away. Principal Mizu, what are you doing here? Izuku asked upon seeing the stout. I have just made sure both of you are now free of the commission's hold. Really? Thank you so much. I don't know what we would do to repay you. Izuku was over the moon, the happiness boiling up in his chest. I'll let your brother tell you the other news. Izuku and Keigo were now able to do what they wanted, when they wanted. Izuku and Keigo were now able to do what they wanted together, when they wanted. No interference from outside forces, no commission to tell them what they could eat, what they could feel, or when they could see each other. They were birds, goddammit, not pets to be kept on a leash. Izuku and Keigo Takami were once caged, now free. That was... Wait, your brother is who? Written by Electric_RK. Last chapter 9, is just author's notes that you can check out if you go to the AO3 link. It will be in the comments. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.